All right, everybody, this is Nash here, and the Texas Longhorns have defeated the Baylor Bears 38-6. Now, honestly, if you were watching the game, it felt like a better margin than that. But Texas Longhorns finally treating lesser opponents like they should be treating lesser opponents, playing to their level of football. Now, mistakes were also made in this game, and that's where you honestly could have seen a better score, and it feels like we left some meat on the bone. We probably did a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to try and sell anything short. This was just an absolutely great game. And if you want to watch the game, head over to Texas Clips, my Texas Clips channel, and you can see all the condensed game, watch the game replay. It's all live. But if you want to like the video, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below your thoughts on this game. And we're going right into the statistics. Now, we're going to start off with the defense. Now, I know... A lot of y'all are like, hey, I don't see Jade. Where's Jade? Well, Jade did play. He played the entire time up till about the third quarter, and then they took him out, and they were playing just the second string after that. That's a good thing that you don't see people going after Jade Barron. Kieran said it on the Fanatic Perspective live stream. Go check that out. Watch that back if you weren't in there live. They had some great points. But man, I mean, absolute stars. You got Byron Murphy, 3 tackles for loss. He only had 0.5 tackles for loss before on the season. He now has 3. 2 sacks on the season now. Jalen Ford with 8 total tackles. Anthony Hill with 6 total tackles. Really, David Benda. And we're just going to go through the entire defense to start out because the defense they've been the best part of this Texas Longhorn team. And, man, I couldn't be prouder because this is like these are the things that win you championships at the end of the day. They talk about how offense can win you games, but defense will win you the championships. You want a defense if you're going to be one of these teams that's going to go play at the end of the year. And obviously, hopefully, Texas is one of these teams. It's been a long time since this has been like an actual realistic thought, but hey, I'm telling you right now, it's a realistic thought. 100% is. Sorry, my throat was getting a little dry there. But so here we go. Anthony Hill, 6 total tackles, 5 solo. Leads the team in solo tackles. That's the young freshman is just continuing to play well. I cannot wait to get his every play, every snap video done. Like I said, Byron Murphy was playing great. Malik Muhammad at the end was looking great in coverage. You'd love to see that, punching balls out. David Benda, I think I touched on it, but I didn't really go into it on it. David Benda's been amazing this year. He's been one of the things that allows our defense to be as good as they're being. Getting Maurice Blackwell back, that's something that you love to see. I told y'all about Derek Williams a couple weeks back. Yes, he's going to continue to get more snaps. He's going to continue to play, and that dude is a monster on the football field. And same with Anthony Hill. Like, these young freshmen are absolute monsters on the football field. Jett Bush, give him his credit. He's playing well. Jalen Catalon, he did miss a tackle or two, but at the end of the day, he was flying around, hitting dudes. Ethan Burke, I mean, it looked like he was being held every rush. Jalen Ford also gets the interception. Jalen Ford is just he's playing just at such a fantastic level, and you love to see it. But moving on to the quarterback, Quinn Ewers. He had himself a day. He was accurate as all get out. 78.2%, I believe. Nearly 80% accuracy. His QBR, now keep in mind the ESPN QBR caps out at 100. 96.4 QBR out of 100. Only one touchdown on the day, 293 yards. That comes out to 12.7 yards per completion. But if you want to make it, if you want to, use probably what's the better number to go by, and that's yards per attempt. Okay, well, no, that's actually yards per attempt. That's the yards per attempt. So if you wanted to use the, and this is where you can make statistics kind of not lie, but you can use the fluffed up statistics. 16.2 yards per completion. That's a good day. Hey, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for the subscription. I had no idea that was going to happen. That's what I've been wondering what that noise was the entire time. Because it's just been ding, ding. And what do I do? What do I do? So, okay, y'all got a live reaction of what just happened there. And if you see my eyes, I am dog tired. I got that every play done. I was grinding. I'm getting this video out, and we are hitting that bed hard, crashing hard. But yeah, Quinn Ewers, great day, 96.4 out of 100 QBR. Yeah, he's playing. You want to see this Quinn Ewers. This Quinn Ewers might not win you a Heisman, but he's going to win you some games. He will win you some games. And will the announcers please stop trying to jinx us? Good Lord. Don't mention a record until he's broken it. Please. Just don't do it. And actually, you know what? Once he's broken it, just don't mention it. Just mention it whenever the day comes that the interception happens. Boom. Just then be like, oh, wow, he had this many. Stop talking about it. Now, Jatavian Sanders. Woo-wee. Love to see that. 110 yards. He actually has like 10 or 12 more yards than Brock Bowers. And honestly was this close to having a touchdown. Man, he had that one-handed catch. And then just absolutely stiff arm, like, and then he was still standing up at the end, and it was just like he's like looking at them like, "Don't touch me, I'm a grown man." He's not 40, but he might as well be nailing that. Adonai Mitchell was solid. He didn't have the touchdown that I thought he was going to get, but oh well. Xavier Worthy got the touchdown that I thought he was going to get. Less yards than I thought he was going to get, but also this is what. When I'm doing these underdog pick lines, I don't feel safe getting any of it. I don't feel safe touching Sanders' yardage. I don't feel safe touching Mitchell's yardage. I don't feel safe touching Worthy's yardage. There's too many guys to eat on this team, and you don't know who. It's just trying to pick out who's going to be the guy that week. And then moving on to the Texas rushing. Oh, by the way, shout out to Elite Sports Memorabilia for the fantastic Malik Murphy jersey. No, Jonathan Brooks, also Elite Sports Memorabilia. But man, y'all know if y'all been watching, y'all know. Y'all just know how happy I am to see Jonathan Brooks doing this well. 8 runs on the year already of 10 yards or more. That is 12.3% of his carries. He's getting a 10-yard rush or more. And that number is... I want to see if I can get to it right here. No, I'm not going to be able to. Oh, wait. Oh, we can. We can. We'll just say 6 divided by 65. No. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. 9.2 at a minimum, 9.2% of his runs are going over 15% or over 15 yards or more. Explosive runs. I mean, it's honestly more likely 10% of his rushes. So 10% of the time, Jonathan Brooks is getting 10, 15 yards. I mean, I don't know if that sounds optimal to y'all, but that sounds optimal to me. Like, that's something that I want to keep giving that guy the football, because he's just gonna that number. It feels like the more carries you give him, the higher that gets. And let me just go get a little data point real quick, and I'll be right back. And we're back with that data point. I told y'all. The more carries you get, there's a rhythm. It is a rhythm-based thing with the running backs. I don't care what anybody says to try and counteract that. The running back toting the ball, they get into it, they develop a rhythm, and they're able to use that to, take advantage of the defense on how to play against the defense. Jonathan Brooks in the last 2 games, when he's carried the ball for 21 times and when he's carried the ball for 18 times. He has, I just had it right here, my bad. I just, I had the brain, had that computer error message. 15.4% of his runs are for 10 yards or more. I mean, that sounds like something that I want to keep entertaining, It feels like we're going to have some good results. This was a second game in a row for rushing over 100 yards. Had 106 yards per rush. 106 yards rushing today. Great game. Cedric Baxter got his first touchdown. Shout out to Cedric Baxter. Love to see that. Absolutely. Only 21 yards on the ground, but I'm not really going to nitpick that. He did kind of look like he was going on and off due to injury. We'll see how that checks out, but he was playing at the end of the game. Looked healthy at the end of the game too. Jaden Blue, on the 3 carries that he had, he did what he could. 17 yards. Quinn Ewers showing Vince Ewers. Vince Ewers. Shout out to the Vince Young jersey right there. Vincent Ewers. And now it's time to talk about the issues from the game. One was the deep ball, but I'm not going to really talk much on that because I think I need to watch back on my every play video. But I believe we weren't throwing a single high safety up often. It felt like we were having our cornerbacks, hey, y'all are on an island, y'all are alone, get the job done. And majority of the time they did. But man, gotta limit these deep balls. You cannot allow these long passes against the defense. You can't allow them to keep having life, because there were times where they should have had life and then they did have a little bit of life. Now, when I'm saying they had a little bit of life, I mean nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. What I'm talking about life is, I'm talking about like, like that. They got just a little bit of breath. It's like, oh, come on, just die already, But, and then also just the life, giving them the ball 2 times when they shouldn't have had the ball. On muff punts. Got to clean that up. But also, I do think that Jeff Banks will have that cleaned up. I think that special teams, that's not been a concern of mine. Outside of that, this is a team that plays well in all 3 phases of the game. Can play well in all 3 phases of the game. And the more and more we see this consistency, the more confidence we're going to get as the season goes on. But something to leave you with some confidence, despite the giving the ball to the opponent near or in the red zone. Despite all that, despite letting them get in the red zone 6 times, the defense only gave up 6 points. So that is what elite defenses do, and it's a good night. I'm about to go to sleep. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then go check out the Texas Clips video. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Hook!